Welcome back. It's the Huron Arena in downtown Huron, South Dakota. We get ready for our second consolation game this afternoon, as it will be the McLaughlin Lady Midgets taking on the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Viborg-Hurley lost to Ethan yesterday. They had a tough go of it offensively. They scored 14 points in that first quarter, but after that, it was a tough go.
Viborg-Hurley, Mike, this is the first time as a co-op that they're at the state girls basketball tournament. Viborg, last time they were here as a school was 2010. They got third. Hurley, only their second time here. Remember, they won it all back in 1992.
There you see their enrollment.
Good-looking county, by the way.
That's right. Viborg-Hurley, they defeated Irene Wakanda in the first round of the districts. Then they beat Centerville to win the districts. And in the region, they were able to down Freeman.
Unfortunately, they had to play Ethan last night. And Ethan undefeated. And it was a team that had a smothering defense against Viborg-Hurley.
As we mentioned, Viborg-Hurley with 14 points in the first quarter, only 20 points the rest of the way. Take a look there at the starting lineups. Angie Lee, Dewana Lee, Hannah Jorgensen, Kristen Pato, and Abby Hora.
Hora, the leading scorer for the Cougars.
Meanwhile, for the McLaughlin Lady Midgets, McLaughlin up west of Mobridge.
That would be Corson County.
Yep. Beautiful.
Largest town, by the way, on the, I think, Standing Rock Indian Reservation.
And it is a beautiful part of the country. If you have not had the opportunity, first of all, you should always take, I understand that we're in a hurry a lot of times, so you take interstates. If you're not in a hurry, take the back roads of South Dakota, because there's some gorgeous things you'll never have the opportunity to see. 85 is their ADM. That makes them one of the biggest schools in Class B.
Last time they were here was 1984.
And they've got a strong contingent of fans here and supporting them, and a strong contingent back home. They're actually watching the games in the school gymnasium for those that couldn't make it. They defeated Dupree and Timberlake, and then took out a very good Lemon team.
And the ball game was a lot closer than the score indicated in last night's game with Summit.
That's right. McLaughlin came all the way back and did a wonderful job last night. There you see their starting lineups. Jada Bad Horse, Tierra Flying Horse, Shania Jamerson, Chantel Millette, and Tarek Brown Otter. We will be back to tip this one off right after this final timeout. You're watching the South Dakota Class B Girls Basketball Tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. A good look at the student section for Viborg-Hurley this afternoon. We've had pretty good student turnout at this tournament this year. With Craig Maddock from Sioux Falls Sports Radio, KWSN. I'm Mike Henriksen from SportsMax Radio and Calling All Sports. We need to meet these teams and get underway with our second consolation game of the day. Let's send it down to our public address announcer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of the afternoon session between the Viborg-Hurley Cougars and the McLaughlin Lady Midgets. Let's meet the starters for today's game. At guard for the Cougars, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Kirsten Pato. At guard for the Lady Midgets, a 5'7" freshman, number 10, Tierra Flying Horse. At forward for the Cougars, a 6' senior, number 11, Angie Lee. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'8" freshman, number 20, Kira Schmeichel. At forward for the Cougars, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Hannah Jorgensen. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'10" senior, number 24, Chantel Millette. At forward for the Cougars, a 5'9" junior, number 14, Abby Hora. At guard for the Lady Midgets, a 5'9" junior, number 32, Jada Badhorse. At guard for the Cougars, a 5'6" junior, number 30, Duana Lee. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'9" sophomore, number 34, Shania Jamerson. The Cougars are coached by Bill Hansen and Tanner Waggy. The Lady Midgets are coached by Donna Takenalive, Shanley LeBeau, and Shayla Gayton. The officials for today's game are Darren Vetch, Bob Malloy, and Joey Leesinger. Alternate is Jason Waggy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play state tournament basketball.
And so we are set to go as the McLaughlin Lady Midgets take on the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Our consolation round game this afternoon. A reminder, we'll have semifinal night coming up tonight. Craig, to me, Friday night at any state tournament is my favorite night.
Yep, because you're one win away from getting to this title game. A lot of excitement. We'll have a nice crowd tonight here at the Huron Arena.
Lee will jump it up against Jamerson. Tip is controlled by the Lady Midgets. Quickly to the rack. Layup no good by Flying Horse. Now, Kenna Vetter is not starting today again. She did not start yesterday. She was under the weather. She's the leading scorer for McLaughlin.
She got a few minutes in, though,
she
during
did.
the game last night. But still, McLaughlin loses 19 points a game with her not in the lineup.
Yeah, she played pretty effectively last evening, but again, not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, she had 12 points in the game last night.
Flying Horse gives it off to Bad Horse. Shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Hannah Jorgensen. Here comes Abby Hora, the jump stop and the foul.
Now look for a lot of number 14, Mike. Abby Hora is one of the top players in this tournament. She'll try to make a lot of things happen. She'll try to come down the lane. Very good shooter from the outside. Trying to make something happen there.
Abby, we just learned, has committed to play her college basketball at Augustana College. Dave Krauth and the crew.
That's a good get.
Yep, very much so. Again, it's not official. You don't sign a letter of intent until you're a senior, but McLaughlin breaks the pressure. Jumper along the baseline, skips over the rim, but the weak side rebound up and good by Chantel Millette.
Yeah, she's the one coming off the bench as the starter tonight, or today.
Lee gives it back to Hora. On the dribble is Kristen Pato. Pato, the sophomore. Foul whistled by Bob Malloy. Foul is on 34, Shania Jamerson, 5'9" sophomore. Well, we had Bob Kreitlow in the first game, now Bob Malloy in the second game. Both of them have spent 40 years officiating. Lee gives it up to Hora. They'll get it to Jorgensen. She has it stripped from behind, but got it back. Lee on the left side for three. Duana Lee, the 5'6" junior.
Duana and Angie Lee are both number 2 on the team at three-point shots made.
And then a steal. Lee for three, no good. Abby Hora with the rebound, however. And she will be fouled. That foul is going to go on Jada Badhorse.
Boy, that's her second too, Mike. And you get 2 fouls here in less than 2 minutes of the game. That's tough as Duana, her first 3 of the tournament.
Kenna Vetter does check in, the 5'3" senior. She is in the lineup now for McLaughlin. On the high post, Angie Lee.
Boy, McLaughlin, they are in there, look with those hands, trying to make something happen. Jump ball, though, stays with Viborg-Hurley.
Jorgensen set to inbound. Goes out to Lee behind the double screen for three. Wide left. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds. by Duana Lee. It will stay with McLaughlin. Pierre, flying horse. Lost it for a moment. Kenna Vetter inside. Jump hook up and good. Jamerson. I love that move. Jorgensen the other way. Has it partially blocked.
Schmeichel with the block.
Yeah, Kiera Schmeichel, the 5'8" freshman in the lineup. Vetter gives it up to Flying Horse. Back out top to Millette. Schmeichel. Jumper no good.
Boy, Duana Lee came in there with the tap with that left hand.
Nice drive along the baseline. Shot won't go. Jorgensen, the putback, no. Kenna Vetter had it for a moment, lost it. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Cougars. Checking back into the lineup is Brown Otter, the 5'2" sophomore. Man-to-man defense being played by the Lady Midgets. Shot no good by Hora, but she'll step to the line to shoot two. Abby Hora steps up to the free throw line.
79% shooter. McLaughlin will bring in new player.
Yeah, Darlene Cadet, excuse me. Darlene Cadet, 5'10" sophomore. And we'll step aside. Viborg-Hurley with the early lead. We're back to Huron after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. McLaughlin with the basketball. They trail here in the early going. Vetter will bring it into the front court. She is met there by Emily Bjerkes, who is checked in at the dead ball. Nice passing underneath, and the bucket for Schmeichel.
Yeah, Cadet with a very nice pass down the low block.
Duana Lee for three, no good. Weak side rebound, a foul going to be whistled, and that will go on Bjerkes on the rebound. Yep. Bjerkes came up with the rebound, but she pushed a McLaughlin player out of the way to get it.
This McLaughlin team, Mike, scoring about 63 points a game.
Vetter is going to be fouled by Hora. And that will be the third team foul on Viborg-Hurley.
The first on Hora.
Brown Otter set to inbounds. Brown Otter got the honor of meeting Barack Obama here this past fall when he made his trip up to North Dakota.
In fact, McLaughlin got a letter from the president yesterday wishing them the best in the state tournament.
Shot is up and good by Flying Horse.
Little 2-3 zone here, or 2-1-2.
Hora for three, no good, and goes out of bounds. Abby Hora, by the way, over 1,500 career points already. Probably closer to now over 1,600 points. She has been very good for a long time. Shot is up and good for three by Kenna Vetter.
That's a good looking stroke from the top of the key.
That sure was.
I know she's not feeling the best, but that looked awesome.
Jump shot, no good. Weak side rebound, controlled by Schmeichel. Up ahead to Vetter. Vetter against Ora. The fall away won't go off glass. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with McLaughlin.
Here's that last play by Vetter. Just sat there, swished it home.
And they changed the call and said that it belongs to the Cougars. Lee. Cross-court pass was tipped. Ora. 3, rims out. The rebound, Kidat. Ahead, Vetter. Vetter, the spin. Oh, man, was that pretty. She couldn't finish it, but that was a great move.
I don't know if she knew she had someone from Viborg-Hurley coming behind her.
I wonder if she felt that. There's a good look at Bill Jensen. Because she was just a moment away from...
Tori Hansen was coming up right behind her.
Shot by Kidat, no good. Rebound control by Jorgensen.
We've seen a couple of spin moves in this tournament from players who are at the top of the key, coming around, getting out of traffic, spinning, going the other way.
Angie Lee on the high post. We'll go over to Pato. Down low to Jorgensen. Great feed.
Boy, Hora with a bullet to Jorgensen.
McLaughlin with the basketball. Dot goes off to Bad Horse. Or Brown Otter, excuse me. On the wing, heel of the rim, run down, ball loose, out of bounds. Who's it belong to? It will stay with the Cougars.
Coach Hansen thought it was going to be able to be kept by the Cougars.
Nope, it will belong to McLaughlin. My mistake.
There was that last nice pass to Jorgensen.
That was a great one. Brown Otter. Out top, Flying Horse, no good. Rebound controlled by the Cougars. Up ahead. Pato was looking for a trailer. Instead, Vetter comes up with this steal. And then a foul on Vetter. Vetter just a little bit of indecision.
Well, if she would have challenged Angie Lee is 5'10".
Right.
And Vetter is about 5'6", 5'7".
That's one, though, that Vetter may look at later and go, I maybe should have gone off the glass with that. Or it ended up going just in between and off the heel of the rim. A good look at the head coach. Donna taken alive. Vetter, the steal. Puts it up, no, but she is fouled. She'll step to the line and shoot 2. Ora will commit the foul. That is the first on Abby.
Actually, that's going to be her second, Mike.
Oh, it is? Yep.
They just put 2 up there, and she's got 2. It's got to be a little bit of a concern for Viborg-Hurley when your leading scorer has 2 fouls, and we're not done with the first quarter yet.
Kenna Vetter heading off to attend Bismarck State College and play basketball. She was all-tournament team at the Lakota Nation Invitational. And we've mentioned it before, but we'll mention it again. Look quickly the other way. Hora for 3. Got it.
Oh, what a stroke.
If you have never been to the Lakota Nation Invitational, if you are a basketball fan of any kind, go. Because it is so much more than just basketball as well. Hand games and an art show and so much more.
That was a little surprise. That ball was coming right at her.
So turn it back over to the Cougars. They've got a chance to take the lead back.
It's only the second turnover by McLaughlin.
Angie Lee The corner, Hora, not that time. Kenna Vetter the rebound. She'll bring it into the front court and leave it for Flying Horse. Back to Vetter. Brown Otter. Back to Vetter. The three, short. Goes out of bounds, and it will belong to the Cougars. The inbound pass goes to Hora. You see the time winding down. Oh. The Viborg-Hurley Lady Cougars will take the lead on the three by Hora, and we're back after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. A bomb to wrap up the first quarter by Abby Hora. Gives Viborg-Hurley the lead back. McLaughlin starts with the basketball, but a turnover. Flying Horse had it tipped away, but she was the last to touch it, so give it back over to the Cougars. Ball tipped away. Boomgarden couldn't quite come up with the handle.
McLaughlin is 5 of 16 from the floor, 1 for 5 beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
That's Talon Carey-Moccasin who is in the ball game. We didn't see Talon last night from McLaughlin. Flying Horse got the ball to Millette, and Millette is fouled from behind. That foul will be whistled on Boomgarden.
Still a couple of fouls away for both clubs before we're in the bonus.
The entry pass goes down to Darlene Cadotte. She is fouled. That foul is going to go on Angie Lee. For Angie, that will be her first personal foul. The inbound pass is tipped away, but Vetter comes up with it. Three on the wing, way too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Burkus.
Viborg-Hurley, they're 4 of 14 from the floor. 3 of 9 from the three-point arc. 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Dwana Lee with the great pass inside to Burkus. Or excuse me, that was 10, not 1. Pato with the basket. But an excellent pass by Dwana Lee. The putback and 1. Chantel Millette will step to the free throw line.
She made a nice move on that low block, got out of traffic, got the rebound, slid to her right, and drew the foul and 1.
Hora will check back in. Boomgarden will take a seat.
Somebody got in the lane too quick.
That means that Millette will have another opportunity to shoot free throws. She's a 67% free throw shooter. So the extra opportunity gives them the point. By the way, just 2 seniors on this McLaughlin roster. Shot by Hora was no good. A foul on the rebound. So the future for McLaughlin looking pretty bright on the basketball court as well.
Foul by Carey-Moccasin.
They'll force it in to Angie Lee, and she gets fouled.
Tierra Flying Horse, I think, is going to get called on this one.
Yep.
On the reach in. And
the freshman.
Viborg-Hurley now in the bonus the rest of the way.
Yep. First foul on Flying Horse. Hannah Jorgensen will check back into the lineup. Good look at Hannah there. Angie Lee hits the free throw. McLaughlin coming the other way. Entry pass, but a block from behind by Lee. Up ahead, find the trailer for three. That's Hora.
Third of the game.
She's got 13 points, and Donna taken alive. Going to call the timeout.
Boy, Abby Hora on that last break, just sitting out there waiting in the wing. She likes that spot, sitting along the wing. They kick it back to her and just drilled it.
Excellent execution of that fast break situation. Reminder that we'd love to know where you're listening from, where you're tuned in on, whether it be on your computer or your phone. We know that Donna Taken Alive got the information last night. She's got family watching all over the upper Midwest, and we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're at. Follow us on Twitter at SDPB Sports. Find us on Facebook, SDPB Sports. And of course, you can go to sdpb.org as well. McLaughlin comes back the other way. Better. Pass goes down low. Oh, shot was halfway down for Flying Horse. No good though. Hora quickly up ahead to Pato. Up and good.
That's pretty good transition basketball.
Give the assist to Abby Hora.
Boy, her angle was pretty tight too to kiss that off the window.
Carrie Moccasin gives it up. Cadott.
Great idea.
Cadott, a great idea, but it goes off the hands of Chantel Millette.
Just couldn't quite bring it in. I like the idea. I mean, she...
High-low post.
Yep.
You and I saw our share of that when Freddie Tibbetts was coaching, didn't we?
Yep.
Nobody ran a better high-low post offense than Fred Tibbetts.
By the way, Fred Tibbetts has 4 titles in Class B girls basketball.
Oh, that's right. Those years at Jefferson. There's a long three, up and good by Angie Lee.
That's her first one of the tournament.
Angie's big brother Steven had a pretty good day yesterday. He and his Dakota Wesleyan teammates hammered their opponents, got them by 40 points in the first round of the NAIA National Tournament. Hora, three, yes. Hora with 16 of the 30. It's had been a 2-point game. It's a 12-0 run. Ball knocked out of bounds, and we'll step aside. Oh, foul. Nope, not a foul. It is just an out of bounds. We're back with more after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Welcome back to the Huron Arena. Viborg-Hurley Cougars have exploded here in this second quarter. They led it 15-13 at the end of the first period, but a 15-3 run here in the early 3.5 minutes of this quarter. It will belong to Viborg-Hurley. The ball went out of bounds. Nobody touched it. So Viborg-Hurley with a chance to add to this lead. Down low, Jorgensen, turn around, no good. But the tip kept alive. Hora, three, yes.
Oh, what a quick release by Hora. She had a player right in her face. Straight on three, her 6th of the afternoon. Her 5th of the afternoon.
The record, you said, is 8?
Yep. We might see that broken tonight.
We might see that broken in the next 4 minutes. McLaughlin with the defensive pressure comes up with the steal. Three the other way. Up and good. Nice stroke by Jada Badhorse.
Yeah, she had 2 of those yesterday.
Yeah, she helped fuel that comeback last night against Summit. Hora, a 2-pointer. She's got 21. What's the record for points in a game, Craig?
I'll find out for you.
I figured you would. You're the man.
I don't know that off the top of my head right now, but I'll get it for you.
McLaughlin the other way. Brown Otter goes back. Another 3 just off the rim for Badhorse. Quickly up ahead to Tori Hansen, who's in the game. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will belong to Viborg-Hurley.
Most points in a consolation game is 51. Joellen Hofer of Hitchcock.
Well, of course.
92.
That's right. I'd forgotten about Joellen Hofer. 3? No. Rebound to McLaughlin and a foul whistled. And Flying Horse will march to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1. Yeah, Hofer was pretty doggone good for Hitchcock. $51 points. That is a bunch.
In fact, that's the most in any game, whether it's a first-round game, a semifinal game, a championship game.
Timeout is called by Bill Jensen. Who are some of the other record holders there, Craig?
Like tonight now, for a semifinal round game, the record is Alex Nealon of Summit. She had 40 back in 2009.
Did we do that one? I think we did.
I think we did in 09.
Yeah, we did in 09. It was, yeah, yep.
And then the most points in a championship game, Dana Nielsen of Armour back in 1985 had 32.
I know I did that one also, and Dana Nielsen's daughter is Danny Honner, who is leading the way for Harrisburg. Harrisburg with the win yesterday over Pierre in the first round, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that night with Alex. Oh man, that was fun.
Never saw Joellen Hofer play though.
I didn't either. I never did either, to my knowledge. But
back in 92.
Yeah. But yeah, Alex Nealand was actually in attendance last night supporting her sister, Nicolette. Had a chance to chat with the family a little bit. Alex had a nice season down at Mount Marty her first year. After transferring a couple of injury-plagued seasons at Augustana. Rebound run down by Hora. The thing about Alex Nealand, it wasn't like she was standing there bombing threes. She just had so many ways that she could score. There's a foul whistled. It's going to be before on the pass, and Hora will step to the line. And
most of the times, Mike, when you have a shooter that is successful from the outside, it's because you have the inside-outside game.
Right.
Because teams have to worry about the inside game. It allows those shooters from the outside to drool because they get open and they can it from the outside. So typically when you see those, most of the time you have a pretty good inside game, which allows those outside shooters to get their touches.
Hora comes up short, but what an effort by Jorgensen to come up with the rebound. Hora being covered by Flying Horse.
I mean, it's pretty simple. If you don't have that inside game, you can triple team that shooter, and they're not going to get their points. You should know that. You were triple teamed all the time in Nebraska.
Hora, three, yeah. Oh, that was halfway down. Nice rebound by Jorgensen. That's a couple of offensive keeps that Jorgensen has kept alive. But the ball thrown out of bounds, and it will turn back over to McLaughlin.
Cadet, Millette, and Vetter back in for McLaughlin.
The Lady Midgets in need of a run here. Something to answer that offensive binge that Abby Hora has been on. Brown Otter to Vetter, and she traveled.
Yep, took off a little bit before she started dribbling. Now the Cougars, they bring in Pato, Joanna Lee, and Angie Lee.
Joanna Lee set to inbound. Abby Hora, again, just made public here a little while ago. She has committed to play basketball at Augustana. Just a junior, though, so she's a ways away. Yeah, she's got plenty of basketball left. Ball loose, rugby scrum, ball knocked out of bounds, and it belongs to the Cougars.
Give Millette a blocked shot on that last possession.
Hora, such a sweet stroke. 24 points in the first half. Vetter, three. McLaughlin desperately needed that. Kenna Vetter buries the jumper, and then a foul the other way. That's going to go on Brown Otter.
Double bonus now for Viborg-Hurley. Watch the quick release there by Vetter. Canned it.
Stepping up to shoot the bonus, Pato. Big rebound by McLaughlin, but then a traveling violation.
Oops.
Cadott came out, was looking for an outlet person, and nobody was looking towards her. So she ends up traveling, not necessarily her fault, however. Joanna Lee, Jorgensen, Pato, down low, Angie Lee, double team. Good defense by McLaughlin inside.
Yeah, Schmeichel got the... Check that was, I'm sorry, it was Millette doing it again.
Kenna Vetter, the step back three. She thought she had that one. Ball was tipped around. Vetter came back with it. Kick it outside. Brown Otter three. That falls. She got it to drop. So back to within 13. A much more manageable number here, Craig, as we approach halftime. Cougars going to wind things down for the final shot, I believe. Going with the Dean Smith four corners. Great loss to basketball when Dean Smith passed away here a couple of months ago. Timeout going to be called by Bill Jensen. He wants to make sure that his team knows exactly what his plans are for the last 26.2 seconds.
Consolation games already today. How about the Class A tournament in Watertown? Clark Willow Lake defeated Cheyenne Eagle Butte 67-50. At the AA, Rapid City Stevens defeated Huron 58-42. And here in Huron earlier, Jones County over Kimball White Lake 46-41.
By the way, another tip of the hat to Huron. I know they've got an awful lot of volunteers helping out, but it's really tough when a bunch of your volunteers or people that you would be counting on are going to watch the other tournament. You know, Huron made the tournament. It was a bit of a surprise, but I know that the pool to choose volunteers from shrunk a little bit because of that event. Hora. Ball tipped away. Pato runs it down, though. Now they'll get into the offense. Pato has it stolen. Vetter, the run out, the layup. Count it. Big swing of events there. The Cougars eat up the clock, but it is the Lady Midgets who end up with the final basket. And they pull within 11. They weathered a heck of a storm to only be down 11 here at halftime. So at halftime, we're going to step aside. You're watching the girls' Class B basketball tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
The dulcet tones of the Gregory Gorilla High School Band. They are serving as our band of the day. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. We are at halftime. Viborg-Hurley with the 11-point lead, but it was much bigger than that. McLaughlin Lady Midgets closed strong in that first half.
Well, McLaughlin's biggest lead has been 4. That happened about halfway through the first quarter, but Viborg-Hurley with a big second quarter. They outscore McLaughlin 24-15. Viborg-Hurley's biggest lead has been 18, and that happened with about a minute and a half to go in the first half.
So 39-28 is our halftime score. Let's take a look at some highlights from that first half. Stats from the first half. I misspoke there. Let's take a look at some stats, Craig. Take a look at the rebounding difference for Viborg-Hurley over McLaughlin. 26-13. And of Viborg-Hurley's 12 made field goals, 10 have assists. That's phenomenal.
Viborg-Hurley got 19 defensive rebounds. McLaughlin was 10 of 30 from the floor. I mean, 33%.
Right.
That's respectable.
Yep.
4 of 12 from beyond the arc. But it was a nice run here by McLaughlin at the end to cut that deficit only down to 11.
Yeah, and a lot of that had to do with their defense coming up with some of those steals there that you see on the left.
Abby Hora had 24 points in that first half for Viborg-Hurley.
A very impressive performance by Abby Hora. Let's take a look at some of these highlights. Jumper along the baseline is no good, but the putback by Millette for McLaughlin. There's Dewana Lee with the three-pointer. Up ahead, the spin move inside by Jamerson. Kenna Vetter with the three.
She had 2 of them in the first half.
And nice pass inside from Hora to Jorgensen. There's Hora for one of her
5.
threes. Yep, there's another one. And that was a long, long shot. There's another 3.
Yeah, the one was at the end of the first quarter from way downtown.
Then she hits a medium-range jumper as well. Once again, several of our crew today and throughout the weekend serving on the cameras are students. And we appreciate them doing the job that they're doing, getting some real-life experience behind the camera, or for those of you that may be thinking about going into this business. At halftime, Viborg-Hurley on top of McLaughlin, 39-28. We're back with more after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
With Craig Maddock from Sioux Falls Sports Radio, KWSN, I'm Mike Henriksen from SportsMax and Calling All Sports. We are at halftime of the Girls B tournament. Craig, coming up tonight, I think we're going to have ourselves a couple of very entertaining semifinal matches.
Well, the top seed, Silly Buttes Chargers, will take on the 5th seed, the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs. And then the second game tonight, undefeated, and number 2 seed Ethan against the Summit Eagles in their last hurrah as the Summit Eagles, because Summit will not be all by themselves anymore. They will be co-oping with Waubay. They will be the Waubay Summit Mustangs next year. And in football, Waubay, Summit, and Wilmot will co-op together. So, Mark Omdahl and the Summit Eagles tonight against Ethan here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Have they figured out a nickname for football yet? Have you heard that one?
I have not.
Okay. All right. Maybe somebody... I'm sure there's somebody out there that could get us that on Twitter. They can follow you on Twitter, actually.
Follow me on Twitter at Craig Mattick, Mattick.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Mike Henriksen, Henriksen. Yeah. Craig and I both use our real names, and no one can actually spell our real names. So that's not real bright on our part, but that's...
What's that saying? You can't lead a old dog to new tricks?
I don't think that's a saying at all, but...
Both teams are going to go with their original starters.
Yep. Viborg-Hurley will have the ball to start the second half. Jorgensen on the high post. This early steal up ahead. Bad Horse. Layup. No. Put back up and good by Flying Horse.
Good job following the play. Being there on the miss and the easy putback.
And McLaughlin back to within single digits. And again, the ball loose on the floor. Jump ball.
Go to McLaughlin.
They will have it on alternating possession.
Yeah, watch a Flying Horse follow. Yep, right there. Sometimes it's pretty easy to watch a teammate go down there and
exactly.
They're ahead. You're going to get the layup, and they miss, and the other team gets it.
Always follow along. That shot put up no good. Angie Lee with the rebound.
I was the one always going down and missing the layup. I didn't have to follow. I just missed it.
Dwana Lee has the shot partially blocked. McLaughlin comes up with it. Jump ball. Nice job by Jorgensen. Alternating possession. The Cougars will take over. There's a good look at Bill Hansen. And I apologize. If I called him Bill Jensen in the first half, which I very well might have, I apologize for that. Shot on the way by Lee. No good. I know about 15 Bill Jensens. If you live in South Dakota long enough, you'll know 15 Bill Jensens and probably about 15 Bill Hansens, too. So I have gotten those mistaken before, but I apologize. Bill Hansen does a terrific job and just a quality individual. Shot no good. Hora will come out of there with it. Abby Hora, 24 points in the first half. Dwana Lee. Back to Pato, and a foul going to be whistled. Is that going to go on Schmeichel? It will. Schmeichel will pick up the foul. That is her first. In it goes. Lee, the jumper along the baseline. No, put back. Pato, count it and one.
Sitting back there on that back door. Getting that backdoor defensive rebound, putting it up right away, and one.
Back into the lineup is Kenna Vetter and Tarek Brownotter. They both check in for McLaughlin.
For Millette, that's her first foul of the day.
Vetter will bring it into the front court. The three, short. Rebound, Hora. Hora, the outlet pass. Ahead to Angie Lee. It went off the heel of her foot. Like a receiver in football that didn't quite get her head turned around in time to see the ball coming.
Yeah, pass just wasn't led very well.
Pass on the low block, and a foul going to be whistled on Jorgensen.
Nice shot there of Donna taken alive. 16th year. She's been a staple of basketball for the McLaughlin area.
The three was partway down, wouldn't fall, and a rebound foul whistled. Yeah, Hank and Donna and Ray and the other siblings there, and it's one of the first families of basketball in South Dakota. Joanna Lee, nice high-low pass to Angie Lee, and a blocking foul whistled. Angie Lee will step to the free throw line. Angie's one of those kids that has a lot going on. She's student body president. She was on the Viborg girls basketball state team in 2010. Qualified for cross country the last 2 years. She was also managed to get herself elected homecoming queen. A 3-year starter for the Cougar basketball team, and she hits a pair of free throws.
She's 4 for 4 from the line, 7 points on the day.
Better, too strong. Jorgensen, Hora. Pass tipped out of bounds. Good defensive reaction by Brown Otter. Again, we are very appreciative of the coaches and other individuals who provide us with some of the background information on these kids. We want to tell their story and not just what they can do on the basketball court. There's so many of these kids involved in so many things. Nice pass. Bucket up and good by Bad Horse. Was that Jamerson with the assist? I think it was. Better comes the other way. The feed off with the left hand finish for Flying Horse. And it's back to a 9-point game. Lee. Hora hasn't scored here in this half. Pass inside, though. Foul is whistled, and Jorgensen will go to the free throw line.
And Jamerson's going to pick up the foul. Here's that last lob. Yep, that's going to go on Jamerson, her 4th of the day.
That's big. There's a good look at Hannah. Hannah's older sister plays volleyball at the University of South Dakota.
Birkus and Hansen in for Viborg-Hurley.
And again, Hannah, one of those, she has that 4.069 grade point average on a 4.0 scale. A couple of free throws, and we're back to Huron after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. The nice feed after the steal by Vetter. McLaughlin comes the other way. Vetter goes out top to Bad Horse on the right side. Brown Otter for 3.
That's her 2nd of the game.
Back to only an 8-point lead. Cougars answer with a 2-pointer from Emily Birkus.
I think both coaches like the pace of this game, Mike.
Yep. Nice pass inside. The layup up and good by, who was that?
Flying Horse.
Okay, Flying Horse. Thank you. And a foul whistled.
Both teams offensively, Mike, they're getting down to the other end of the court, running their offense quickly. After a couple of passes, they're going right to the bucket. Or taking a shot.
That was the 6th team foul on McLaughlin this half. So from here on out, the Cougars are shooting free throws. Ball tipped out of bounds, last touch by Abby Hora. On the low block, Flying Horse puts it up. No good, but she was fouled, and she'll step to the line to shoot 2.
That's one of those. She was looking to her left, then went right.
Tierra Flying Horse ranked number 1 in her class. She is a freshman on a roll for 3 years. Free throw is no good. Started playing basketball in 3rd grade.
Two for 4 from the line. 10 points for Flying Horse.
Got it to within 7. Ball goes out of bounds. Turn it back over to McLaughlin.
Lady Midgets have outscored Viborg-Hurley in this 3rd quarter, 11-6.
Jumper up and good. Bad Horse.
It was a 2.
It was a 2. Inside, Angie Lee answers, and she'll step to the line. Foul goes on number 24, Chantel Millette. For Millette, that is her 3rd. Angie Lee will try to convert the 3-point play, and she does.
5 for 5 for the line. 10 points for Angie Lee.
Into the front court comes Flying Horse. Shot put up by Brown Otter, no good. Ball saved though. Flying Horse will bring it out. Top of the key. Now she calls out to play, goes to Brown Otter. To Schmeichel. Schmeichel down low. Ball lost out of bounds. It will stay with McLaughlin as Bad Horse had it tipped away. Stolen. Pato, the run out. No good. Smart play, too, by Flying Horse not to commit the foul.
Well, I think Flying Horse touched the ball while Pato was trying to go up for the layup.
Yep.
He may have distracted her enough to prevent the layup. Yep.
Sure enough, good camera work there, and then the foul. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Cougars. That is the 3rd team foul on Viborg-Hurley. Kenna Vetter inbounds. Flying Horse thought about the 3. Shot no good, and the rebound Hora.
I like the drive. I like the opportunity.
I do too. Yeah, Flying Horse for a freshman. She's got a very high basketball sense. A good basketball IQ. Hora double team, lost it out of bounds, and it will belong to McLaughlin. Abby Hora has not scored in the second half. She scored 24 in the first half. But much more effective defense from McLaughlin. And we've got a foul whistled away from the ball.
Yeah, it's going to go against Jorgensen.
I think so. That will be her 3rd personal. And a timeout going to be taken by Donna Taken Alive. Don't forget that you can always find the full lineup of programs on sdpb.org. Last night it was great after basketball. Craig, did you see that for a while? Stevie Wonder and saw Howard Nessman. Of course, the world famous Dr. Johnny Fever. So Always some great specials, especially this time of year when we ask you to become members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. You can log on to sdpb.org and become a member. Love it.
Fans getting into it.
Yep. Well, when was the last time McLaughlin was here? They're having fun.
1984.
Exactly. We're having fun, so they're going to enjoy it. Although, again, the future with this team looks pretty bright. Better. Thought about it. Goes instead in the corner to Bad Horse. Cross court. Brown Otter. The three on the way. No. And the rebound by Lee. Pierre Flying Horse couldn't get it to drop. Up ahead, here come the Cougars. Back to Angie Lee. Inside. Jorgensen, no good. The putback, no good. Battle for the loose ball, and Flying Horse has it. Up ahead to Vetter. Lee tips it away, but can't control it. Great hustle by Angie Lee.
Well, that pass by Flying Horse, that was a bullet.
That was.
Just a tad too late.
Yep.
To get to Vetter.
Checking into the lineup now is Tori Hansen, the 5'8" eighth grader. Checks into the lineup. We've seen her a couple of times during this tournament. Pass is tipped out of bounds as they were attempting to get it to Bad Horse on the low block.
Yeah, when you got a 6-foot post player in Angie Lee, you got to get that ball up pretty high and over.
And Angie has those go-go gadget arms, too. She's long. Better. Three. Dances on the rim, but will not fall. And then a foul whistled, and that is going to go on Schmeichel. So march to the other end for free throws for Viborg-Hurley. McLaughlin got it to within 5. That one's up and good for Pato.
Viborg-Hurley was 8 of 10 from the free throw line in the first half. They are 8 of 9 in the second half.
Back up to a 10-point Cougar lead. Very entertaining second game of the day. The three. Oh! Here comes Pato the other way.
Good job waiting for numbers. Oh, there's some defense being played.
Dwana Lee back to Angie Lee. Comes up short. Rebound in the lane by Tori Hansen. Jump ball, alternating possession. It will belong to McLaughlin.
Mike, both teams have not been afraid to shoot it from the outside today. Oh, jump ball. Good D.
And again, alternating possession. It will belong back to the Cougars.
That was Pato for Viborg-Hurley. Number 10 and number 10 tying it up.
Let's see if Viborg-Hurley wants to wind the clock. They did this at the end of the first half. They chewed up about 45 seconds or so, but then they ended up turning the ball over. And it was actually Vetter who scored just prior to the buzzer for McLaughlin. Ball loose, out of bounds. Last touch by McLaughlin.
Viborg-Hurley has put up 21 threes. McLaughlin has tried 17. So both teams not afraid, Mike. If they're open on the wing.
And again, Hora scoreless in the second half, but she's got 24, including 5 3-pointers. Dwana Lee, corner. No. Rebound. Loose. Vetter tried to get it ahead. Still plenty of time, and then a foul on Kenna Vetter. And stepping to the free throw line will be Kristen Pato, the sophomore.
Yeah, Vetter picks up her third foul.
Checking in for Viborg-Hurley, Annie Worth, the 5'6" junior. She will come in, as will Jacqueline Knudsen, 5'7" junior. As Bill Hansen going to get a couple of his players a few extra seconds of rest here. Free throw is up and good. Second one not there. Off it goes. The heave. We've come to the end of 3. Some entertaining basketball from the Huron Arena. Viborg-Hurley on top of McLaughlin, and we're back to Huron after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. Quarter number 4.
Both teams scored 14 points in that third quarter.
McLaughlin had gotten it to within 5. Nice pass, nice catch by Pato.
Colorado's a wide receiver.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a great catch.
Here comes Pato the other way. That time it's tipped away from her. Flying Horse got a handle on it. Better. Corner, no good, and a foul whistled on the rebound.
It's going to go on Hansen. Oh, no, take it back. Uh-oh, that's going to go.
Is that on Jamerson?
Yeah, and she's fouled out.
Jamerson will foul out of the ball game. That's big.
Jamerson gives them pretty good size on that low block defensively, and so Bad Horse will come in for Jamerson. Viborg-Hurley brings Jorgensen in, and who was the other one? Is that Hora? No. Oh, it was Boomgard.
Okay. Thank you. I'm a little bit blocked on that one. Tori Hansen, the 8th grader, at the free throw line, misses the first.
First trip to the free throw line in the tournament.
Got the second one. Here comes McLaughlin the other way. Vetter. Got it. Kenna Vetter hits the 3.
That's her third one of the game. McLaughlin needs Vetter hitting those shots from the outside.
Shot by Hora. She got it to fall. Her first points of the second half. She's got 26 for the game.
Her average is 24.
Ball tipped away. Dwana Lee can't come up with it in the corner. Instead, McLaughlin will control. And Flying Horse runs things at the point. Brown Otter for 3. Just a little bit short. Ball loose on the floor. Ora comes up with it and comes out on the dribble. Ora gives it up to Lee. Back it goes to Tori Hansen. Ball stolen away. Kenna Vetter then is tripped from behind by Hansen. Inadvertent. But a foul nevertheless, and that is the 5th team foul.
Very quick hands by Vetter on that steal.
Cougars getting Lee back into the lineup along with Pato. McLaughlin. The jumper on the way, no good. Run down in the corner by Jorgensen. They head to Lee, knocked out of bounds on a good defensive play by Bad Horse.
I'm impressed with McLaughlin, the way they play defense once they've given up the ball.
Yep.
They're not just, running back, to the other end. They're anticipating passes. Doing a pretty good job.
Well, and again, last night, they never quit either. They were down a bit against Summit. Ball loose out of bounds. Give it back over to McLaughlin. But McLaughlin just kept playing hard. Gave Summit more than a lot of people expected. Flying Horse. Working the perimeter. Brown Otter. Off on the right side to Bad Horse. Shot inside, no good. Rebound controlled by Viborg-Hurley. Duana Lee for three. Skips over the rim. Pato, the putback, scores it. Pato is making a living on that weak side rebounding, isn't she?
14 points on the day.
Brown Otter goes to the basket. No good. Hora with the rebound. McLaughlin had it to within 47-42. But a 13-3 run. The drive by Hora, score it. She's got 28. I feel relatively comfortable saying that she'll probably make the all-tournament team. Oh, the bank. Love it. Chantel Millette banks it in, the senior. Still a 14-point game, and we know McLaughlin can hit shots. Duana Lee to Angie Lee. Off to Hora. Hora, nice entry pass, but it goes out of bounds, and we'll step aside. The final 3:37 yet to come after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. Thank you so much for joining us for Class B girls basketball on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. A lot of folks behind the scenes working very, very hard to bring you not only this tournament, but the other two. Flying Horse took it straight to the rack.
Jorgensen's going to pick up her fourth. Hit the side of the backboard. Put it right back up. Good job by Flying Horse.
Free throws no good, but we do have it on pretty good authority that Tierra Flying Horse, her mom makes some excellent spaghetti. Free throw on the way. That one's no good, and the rebound by Jorgensen. Hora will bring it into the front court.
If you're Viborg-Hurley, you just want to take care of the ball. Maybe get into a little bit of a weave.
If you are fouled, you're going to be shooting 2 free throws.
If you're McLaughlin, you just want to keep playing tough D.
Floater along the lane by Lee, no good, and there's Pato again. Pato in her very familiar position on the weak side comes up with the rebound and the putback. She'll step to the line to shoot 2. Coming up tonight, Craig, some very entertaining basketball on your way.
Semifinals, Sully Buttes tonight taking on DeSmet at 6 o'clock Central, 5 Mountain.
Yep.
And then Ethan and Summit. What?
Yes, that's true. Sorry. There we go. Sully Buttes, DeSmet, Ethan Summit. We're sorry. It's fog. We've got spring fever. How's about that? We'll blame it on spring fever.
You can check out the website at sdpb.org/basketball. You'll find updated brackets and stats photos from all the venues, archives of the games. Next 2 weeks, SDPB all over South Dakota high school basketball. sdpb.org/basketball.
So stepping to the line, Kristen Pato. Talked about this yesterday. Kristen attended the National Hershey Track Meet in Pennsylvania in the softball throw. She also participated in punt, pass, and kick when she was a kid. She made it all the way to the regional finals in Minneapolis and finished second.
Got to be a Vikings fan then, don't you?
I would think. That one's up and good. Viborg, the hometown of one of the few families in the state that spell Henriksen the same way I do. A very Danish community. McLaughlin running out of some time. Shot no good, and Jorgensen will run it down. Hora comes up with it after it was tipped away by Bad Horse.
Vetter will pick up her 4th on that reach-in.
Stepping up to the free throw line, Abby Hora. What a performance Hora had in the first half, hitting 5 3-pointers on her way to 24 first half points. She's only scored 4 in the second half, but a lot more of her teammates got involved. They've got 3 players in double figures. Lee and Pato both in double figures. There's point number 29. Here comes McLaughlin. Shot knocked out of bounds. Last touch. Oh,
we're going to change this.
Yep. Bob Malloy comes in. He had a different angle on it. It will stay with McLaughlin. The 3 on the way, no good. Rebound controlled by Jorgensen, and she is fouled. Foul is going to go on Bad Horse. Earlier today, it was Jones County holding on against Kimball White Lake.
46-41. So Jones County will take on the winner of this one in the consolation championship tomorrow.
Jorgensen with the free throw.
Viborg-Hurley shooting real well from the free throw line. They are 21 of 28 now. 21 of 28.
Into the front court comes McLaughlin. Again, they had it down to within 47-42 at the 3:08 mark of the third period. But since that time, it has been all Viborg-Hurley Cougars. And Hora is going to back off and eat some clock here. Off it goes to Hansen. Back to Hora. Hora throws it towards the scoring table.
I think she was passing to you, Mike.
I think so. I think she thought that's where Hansen was going to be, but
she just doesn't know that if you get the ball, she'll never get it back.
That's right. Yeah, our intramural team, the first kid that got an assist got kicked off the team. That's why my job was always to inbound the ball, because that was the only time I was ever going to see it. McLaughlin comes the other way. Again, a nice run by them, but Cougars just got hot again offensively. Shot put up, no good. And stepping to the free throw line to shoot 2 is Tierra Flying Horse.
There's Bill Hansen, 18th year. Angie Lee picks up her 3rd. Pato back in for Viborg-Hurley.
Nice shot. Again, just a freshman. Folks in the McLaughlin area are going to really enjoy watching her. Hora on the dribble, gives it up to Jorgensen. The layup up and good. As
Second bucket of the day.
We go under 1 minute in this one. Brown Otter is fouled. Dwana Lee will pick up the foul. And here comes 5 new players for Viborg-Hurley. Burkus will check in. Also, Annie Worth is in.
Jacqueline Knudsen, Sam Boone-Garden, and Anna Worth.
And one more. 31. There we go. Stephanie Murphy. Stephanie, the 5'9" freshman. So I think we got everybody. No good, but the put back up, no good. Shot good and one. Jada Badhorse, the 5'9" junior. Jada has been Big Dakota All-Conference 2 years, honor roll for 3 years. First member of her family to attend a state event, to take part in a state event. So very cool, not only for Jada, but for the whole family. Jump ball, alternating possession. It stays with the Cougars. Boomgarden set to inbound. Gets it to Burkus. Burkus on the dribble. Off it goes to Knudsen.
Got the block.
Up ahead, the run out. Layup up and good by Kenna Vetter.
15 for Vetter.
And into the front court, Burkus. Met right there by Brown Otter. McLaughlin playing hard to the end. Ball is tipped out of bounds. It belongs to McLaughlin. Inbound pass, Flying Horse will bring it into the front court. Give it off to Vetter. Vetter, the 3 at the buzzer. No good. But the final. Viborg-Hurley pulls away. 68-54, our final. We'll be back to take a look at this one, set you up for tonight after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Back at the Huron Arena. Good consolation round here this afternoon, Mike.
Yeah, it was very entertaining today. As in the second game, it was the folks from Viborg-Hurley picking up the victory. So over McLaughlin. Again, McLaughlin made a nice run. They had been down by, did you say 16 at one point? 18. That's right. 18 at one point, but a nice run to get it back to within 5 in that third period. There's the putback back up and good by Kirsten Pato. That's where she lived all day long. But then the 3 on the wing, up and good by Brown Otter. A jumper along the baseline, up and good by Badhorse. Nice pass underneath to Pato. Coming the other way. The 3 on the way by Vetter. That's up and good. Nice catch inside by Abby Hora. She was relatively silent in that second half compared to the first half when she scored 24, but then Jorgensen with the bucket and a shot and a putback up and good by Badhorse. Vetter with the run out, but it was too much Viborg-Hurley in the second half. or in the fourth quarter specifically. There you see both teams hit the same amount of field goals and the same amount of three-pointers. Viborg-Hurley, though, 49 rebounds. That's amazing. The biggest difference? Go to the free throw line.
Viborg-Hurley 21 of 28 from the free throw line.
Meanwhile, McLaughlin was 7 of 14. So we'll be back to set up this evening's activity after this final timeout. You're watching the Girls Class B Tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
And so we will be back at the Huron Arena this evening, coming up at 6 o'clock Central, 5 Mountain Time. Looking forward to an evening of semifinal basketball. Friday nights at state high school basketball tournaments. Always exciting. Tonight it's Sully Buttes and DeSmet, and then Ethan and Summit. For Craig Maddock, for all the folks working the cameras, the trucks, the replay, engineers, and more, thank you so much for joining us on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. I'm Mike Henriksen. We'll talk again this evening. Welcome back. It's the Huron Arena in downtown Huron, South Dakota. We get ready for our second consolation game this afternoon, as it will be the McLaughlin Lady Midgets taking on the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Viborg-Hurley lost to Ethan yesterday. They had a tough go of it offensively. They scored 14 points in that first quarter, but after that, it was a tough go.
Viborg-Hurley, Mike, this is the first time as a co-op that they're at the state girls basketball tournament. Viborg, last time they were here as a school was 2010. They got third. Hurley, only their second time here. Remember, they won it all back in 1992.
There you see their enrollment.
Good-looking county, by the way.
That's right. Viborg-Hurley, they defeated Irene Wakanda in the first round of the districts. Then they beat Centerville to win the districts. And in the region, they were able to down Freeman.
Unfortunately, they had to play Ethan last night. And Ethan undefeated. And it was a team that had a smothering defense against Viborg-Hurley.
As we mentioned, Viborg-Hurley with 14 points in the first quarter, only 20 points the rest of the way. Take a look there at the starting lineups. Angie Lee, Dewana Lee, Hannah Jorgensen, Kristen Pato, and Abby Hora.
Hora, the leading scorer for the Cougars.
Meanwhile, for the McLaughlin Lady Midgets, McLaughlin up west of Mobridge.
That would be Corson County.
Yep. Beautiful.
Largest town, by the way, on the, I think, Standing Rock Indian Reservation.
And it is a beautiful part of the country. If you have not had the opportunity, first of all, you should always take, I understand that we're in a hurry a lot of times, so you take interstates. If you're not in a hurry, take the back roads of South Dakota, because there's some gorgeous things you'll never have the opportunity to see. 85 is their ADM. That makes them one of the biggest schools in Class B.
Last time they were here was 1984.
And they've got a strong contingent of fans here and supporting them, and a strong contingent back home. They're actually watching. I love that move. Jorgensen the other way has it partially blocked.
Schmeichel with the block.
Yeah, Kiara Schmeichel, the 5'8" freshman in the lineup. Better gives it up to Flying Horse. Back out top to Millette. Michael. Jumper no good.
Boy, Dewana Lee came in there with the tap with that left hand.
Nice drive along the baseline. Shot won't go. Jorgensen, the putback, no. Kenna Vetter had it for a moment, lost it. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Cougars. Checking back into the lineup is Brownotter, the 5'2" sophomore. Man-to-man defense being played by the Lady Midgets. Shot no good by Hora, but she'll step to the line to shoot two. Abby Hora steps up to the free throw line.
79% shooter. McLaughlin will bring in new player.
Yeah, Darlene Cadot, excuse me. Darlene Cadot, 5'10" sophomore. And we'll step aside. Viborg-Hurley with the early lead. We're back to Huron after this timeout on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. With Craig Maddock, I'm Mike Henriksen. McLaughlin with the basketball. They trail here in the early going. Vetter will bring it into the front court. She is met there by
a 5'9" junior, number 14, Abby Hora. At guard for the Lady Midgets, a 5'9" junior, number 32, Jada Badhorse. At guard for the Cougars, a 5'6" junior, number 30, Dewana Lee. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'9" sophomore, number 34, Shania Jamerson. The Cougars are coached by Bill Hansen and Tanner Waggy. The Lady Midgets are coached by Donna Takenalive, Shanley LeBeau, and Shayla Gayton. The officials for today's game are Darren Vetch, Bob Malloy, and Joey Leesinger. Alternate is Jason Waggy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play state tournament basketball.
And so we are set to go as the McLaughlin Lady Midgets take on the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Our consolation round game this afternoon. A reminder, we'll have semifinal night coming up tonight. Craig, to me, Friday night at any state tournament is my favorite night.
Yep, because you're one win away from getting to this title game. A lot of excitement. We'll have a nice crowd tonight here at the Huron Arena.
Lee will jump it up against Jamerson. Tip is controlled by the Lady Midgets. Quickly to the rack. Layup no good by Flying Horse. Now, Kenna Vetter is not starting today again. She did not start yesterday. She was under the weather. She's the leading scorer for McLaughlin.
She got a few minutes in, though,
she
during
did.
the game last night. But still, McLaughlin loses 19 points a game with her not in the lineup.
Yeah, she played pretty effectively last evening, but again, not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, she had 12 points in the game last night.
Flying Horse gives it off to Bad Horse. Shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Hannah Jorgensen. Here comes Abby Hora, the jump stop and the foul.
Now look for a lot of number 14, Mike. Abby Hora is one of the top players in this tournament. She'll try to make a lot of things happen. She'll try to come down the lane. Very good shooter from the outside. Trying to make something happen there.
Abby, we just learned, has committed to play her college basketball at Augustana College. Dave Krauth and the crew.
That's a good get.
Yep, very much so. Again, it's not official. You don't sign a letter of intent until you're a senior, but McLaughlin breaks the pressure. Jumper along the baseline, skips over the rim, but the weak side rebound up and good by Chantel Millette.
Yeah, she's the one coming off the bench as the starter tonight, or today.
Lee gives it back to Hora. On the dribble is Kristen Pato. Pato, the sophomore. Foul whistled by Bob Malloy. Foul is on 34. Shania Jamerson, 5'9" sophomore. Well, we had Bob Kreitlow in the first game. Now Bob Malloy in the second game. Both of them have spent 40 years officiating. Lee gives it up to Hora. I'll get it to Jorgensen. She has it stripped from behind, but got it back. Lee on the left side for three. Dewana Lee, the 5'6" junior.
Dewana and Angie Lee are both number 2 on the team at three-point shots made.
And then a steal. Lee for three, no good. Abby Hora with the rebound, however. And she will be fouled. That foul is going to go on Jada Badhorse.
Boy, that's her second too, Mike, and you get 2 fouls here in less than 2 minutes of the game. That's tough as Dewana, her first 3 of the tournament.
Kenna Vetter does check in, the 5'3" senior. She is in the lineup now for McLaughlin. On the high post, Angie Lee.
Boy, McLaughlin, they are in there, look with those hands, trying to make something happen. Jump ball though stays with Viborg-Hurley.
Jorgensen set to inbound. Goes out to Lee behind the double screen for three. Wide left. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Dewana Lee. It will stay with McLaughlin. Pierre, flying horse. Lost it for a moment. Kenna Vetter inside. Jump hook up and good. Jamerson. In the games in the school gymnasium for those that couldn't make it. They defeated Dupree and Timberlake and then took out a very good Lemon team.
And the ball game was a lot closer than the score indicated in last night's game with Summit.
That's right. McLaughlin came all the way back and did a wonderful job last night. There you see their starting lineups. Jada Badhorse, Tierra Flying Horse, Shania Jamerson, Chantel Millette, and Tarek Brown Otter. We will be back to tip this one off right after this final timeout. You're watching the South Dakota Class B Girls Basketball Tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. A good look at the student section for Viborg-Hurley this afternoon. We've had pretty good student turnout at this tournament this year. With Craig Maddock from Sioux Falls Sports Radio, KWSN. I'm Mike Henriksen from SportsMax Radio and Calling All Sports. We need to meet these teams and get underway with our second consolation game of the day. Let's send it down to our public address announcer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of the afternoon session between the Viborg-Hurley Cougars and the McLaughlin Lady Midgets. Let's meet the starters for today's game. At guard for the Cougars, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Kirsten Pato. At guard for the Lady Midgets, a 5'7" freshman, number 10, Tierra Flying Horse. At forward for the Cougars, a 6' senior, number 11, Angie Lee. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'8" freshman, number 20, Kira Schmeichel. At forward for the Cougars, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Hannah Jorgensen. At forward for the Lady Midgets, a 5'10" senior, number 24, Chantel Millette. At forward for the Cougars.